how to buy your home or property as a single person. Hello to you, wannabe first home buyers in Sydney. Welcome to the Mango Monkey Show, where we talk about personal finance, investing, and building wealth. In today's episode, I will share with you a bit of a method and what sort of milestones you need to aim for if you want to buy your first property as a single person. If you are in Sydney and you are single, you would know how hard it is to get the loan amount that you want. Because you only have one person inside of you. You only have a single income to pay off the mortgage. So the bank only gives you a tiny loan amount. All that is required to buy a property as a single person is the following 4 conditions. Prerequisite number 1. You must work full-time and earn above $60,000 before tax. Of course, more is better. You will see why a little bit later. 2. Your parents can give you at least 16% of the property purchase price to pay for the deposit and potentially stamp duty. Number 3. Your parents can give you a free or cheap accommodation. Number 4. You have no debts whatsoever. Well, student debts may be okay, but you should have nothing else. Now, if these sound good to you, make sure you keep watching and please do share your property purchase journey in the comment section down below. You see, if you are a couple, you have 2 sets of wages to pay down the home loan. Your living expenses will be less than double because some of the expensive things in life just get shared between the 2 of you. You can buy your groceries in bulk, you can share the same aircon, the same heater, the same Netflix subscription, and so on. So if you are single, the secret to obtaining a bigger loan is to increase your income. Sounds like common sense? That is because that is actually common sense. How are you going to do that? You buy your property as an investment property instead of a first home. If you buy an investment property, you will receive rental income from your tenants. So if you buy an apartment which costs you 500 grand, the rental income can be something like $400 a week. That's a whopping $20,000 a year. For this strategy to make good commercial sense, you need to make sure your rental income is bigger than your interest. And with today's interest rate of around 2%, this is very easy to achieve. The rental income for most properties in Sydney is between 2% and 4% of the property value. You do lose a few benefits and I will go through them now. Firstly, you have to pay stamp duty if your first property is an investment, and you cannot get the stamp duty waiver when you buy your second property later on, even if you use your second property as your home. Stamp duty in New South Wales is around 4% of the price of the property. The second drawback to this strategy is that you pay a slightly higher interest rate if your property is for investment. At the moment, it's usually around 0.3% and 0.5% higher compared to a traditional home loan. The third drawback of this strategy is that you will need a bigger deposit. Most banks let you borrow up to 90% of the property value when the property is for investment purpose, and this includes the lender's mortgage insurance, which is usually around 2% of the property value. In other words, your deposit must be around 12% of the property value. And if you also add the stamp duty, it becomes around 16%. So to buy an apartment costing 500 grand, you and your parents need to have around $80,000. Yes, you do have to live with your parents for a little bit longer, but in a few years' time, you will have built up the equity in your investment property. Your income will be bigger. You may even already have a husband or wife, so you can buy a bigger property later on. Let's talk about the stamp duty. The biggest loss of employing this strategy is that the stamp duty is payable on the transaction. However, if you average out the stamp duty over your holding period, it is actually quite small. Stamp duty is roughly around 4% of the property purchase price. It is only a one-off cost, which you only pay when you buy your property. So if you keep your property for 5 years, the stamp duty is less than 1% per year. So as long as your property grows in value by more than 1% per year, plus the interest rate on your mortgage, you are actually ahead. If you buy a property with 16% contribution, including the stamp duty, it's like you are building a garden which has 6 different pots of plants. You use your own money to buy one pot of plant, and you borrow the bank's money to buy the other 5 pots of plants. Each year, the plant gives you a few pieces of fruits. You can pick your favorite fruit. It can be mango, apple, orange, durian. Anyway, because you have 6 pots of plant, you get 6 times what you would normally get if you use your own money to buy the property. So you get lots and lots of fruits. The earlier you start, the more fruits you get, because you get fruits every single year. The fruits are the rental income, but also your fruit plant will get bigger over time. It will have more branches, it will be worth more, and it can give you more fruits for each plant. So rather than waiting until you have a partner and get a bigger loan to buy a bigger property, you will probably end up becoming more wealthy if you buy something smaller right now. Apart from allowing you to get a slightly bigger loan, buying your first property as an investment property has some mental benefits as well to make it easier for you to buy. Because you are not going to live in it, so you care less about the type of property you buy and where it is located. This means you will be more flexible with your purchase price, and you have the freedom of buying a property which fits within your home loan pre-approval limit. I mentioned a salary of $60,000 because it is at this point that you will start getting the benefit of a bigger loan amount if you choose an investment home loan rather than an owner-occupied home loan. This is because the bank will impose a notional rental expense when they work out how much you can borrow, even if you live for free with your parents. Because your parents may let you live for free today, but after they see how much money you make, they may start charging you money. So if your salary is very low, the property you can buy is also very cheap, and the rental income will be very small. The rental income is probably smaller than the notional rental expense charged by the bank. Okay, so that's all well and good, but what can you really get with a $60,000 salary? Well, different banks have different ways to calculate your borrowing capacity, but with a number of banks today, if you buy the property as an investment property, paying a 12% deposit and stamp duty, you should be able to purchase the property that's at least $500,000, and you borrow 90% including insurance, so that's $450,000. The loan amount will increase exponentially with your salary, because the first $20,000 or so of your salary actually goes towards your living expenses. Anything above that goes purely into the home loan. So even if your salary increases by only 10%, the impact on your home loan is going to be well above 10%. If you enjoy this video, please don't forget to smash that like button so that YouTube will show this video to more people like you. I will also highly appreciate if you can subscribe to my channel, because I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers and I cannot get it done without your help. Thank you so much, guys. Do let me know how you purchased your first property. I'm interested to know how you got to the property ladder. I read every single one of your comments, so if you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask as well. If you did enjoy this video, I have made another video for you, but before you go there, please remember to subscribe. I'll see you next time.